Hey, what's up everyone? It's your friend Bats. My name is Jared, and this is a review of Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection Man-Wolf at Midnight Volume 8, which collects Spider ASM from 1973 to 1975. Got ASM 124 to 142 in Giant Size Superheroes #1. This era of Spider-Man, specifically Gerry Conway and Ross Andru, is probably my favorite era of Spider-Man. I know that Lee and Romita Sr. are very, very popular and also great. Don't get me wrong, great era of Spider-Man. So this is, like I said, this is volume 8. I've read 1 through 8 of this series, and I'm currently almost done with 9, but specifically the Conway, Ross Andru era is just my personal favorite. And it's essentially like kind of a soft reboot of Spider-Man. Yes, it is and it isn't, right? But I feel like Gerry Conway kind of came on and was like, for a while he was just replicating Stan Lee. And I wanted to see this. Yeah. He's replicating Stan Lee. And he kind of started finding his own footing in the series. And the more he went further into his run, the more he kind of got to be his own writer. And personally, I think like at the end of his run is where he really found himself. This was a good issue. Where he kind of really found himself as a writer, and then they passed it on to Lin Wei. So, but this era of Spider-Man here, the 73 to 75, has some really good stories in it. Has some classic stories in it. The volume before this has the death of Gwen Stacy, and then we get the first appearance of Punisher in here. Really like the first real issue with Jackal. He's kind of been in the background in here. We get the Spider Buggy in here with a Human Torch, and a lot of silliness, but like this. But all of it is just really good. Like this is where Hammerhead gets like caught in the explosion. He gets like nuked, and then he becomes a ghost later. Great page. Yeah, I just really like this era. Molten Man I could do without, but that's me. I know some people like him. I think he's kind of whatever villain, and we felt like we spent too much time with him. Man-Wolf I could do without. I do enjoy me some Morbius though, and I thought this was a good story of like him control, like a vampire and a werewolf fighting Spider-Man. Yep, I'm there. Good stuff. And we get, yeah, here's the Tarantula. Is this first Tarantula? I think it is. Yeah, the first appearance of Tarantula. Good stuff. Your return of Punisher. A lot of fun stuff in here. This is kind of where him and MJ really kind of become an item. We get that first Harry. A lot of firsts in this run. A lot of firsts. Yeah, overall, just this is a freaking weird issue. If you've ever read this one, this is a friggin' weird issue. Peter moves in with Flash Thompson, and like like out in the middle of nowhere, down the street, there's this like psychic freak who is controlling people, and Spider-Man, because he's slightly psychic himself with the Spidey sense, can fight him. Friggin' weird. The Grizzly. Everyone remembers and loves the Grizzly, right? I do. It's like, yeah, a lot of good stuff in here. I'm currently kind of like, I realized what was happening is I have every Amazing Spider-Man epic that's been released, and I have, you know, oh yeah, Peter gets a new apartment next to this supermodel chick, but what was happening for me was I was reading one epic a year, and I have like, you know, currently Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection is up to like volume 27. There's some missing numbers in there, but if I was reading only one a year, it was going to take me like 30 years to get through it all. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be 40 this year. Like by the time I finish all of Amazing Spider-Man from 60s to the 90s is going to take me an entire lifetime. Yeah, I should probably speed it up. So I've read this one, and I'm almost done with volume 9. So I'll probably be doing a review of that in the near future. But yeah, I'm speeding up my Spider-Man reading, and I just love it. Great stuff. If you haven't read this volume or any of these stories in here, I highly recommend going and getting this. Good series, good run, good art, all around. High recommend. So thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.